Hello and welcome to the SAYS Extended Enterprise Video on Demand series. Get the most of what you've got. This is a condensed version of our free webcast series designed to help educate and train our customers and prospective customers on the importance of process and interaction management and using the tools you have in place today to help improve those without having to invest a lot in new technology. The first thing I'd like to mention here is that our discussion today is about interaction management, communication management, and process. So I want us to get outside of ourselves. We're very reactive in the way we do business today. All the emails, all the communications, all the phone calls, all of the meetings that we have, meetings. And the fact of the matter is that we've become very reactive in our way of doing business. And what that typically means is that we're thinking of ourselves before we're thinking of others. So during this short presentation, what we want to do is entice you, help you understand that we understand what you're going through because we live it also. And in today's society, maybe take a little altruistic look into our technology and our business. And that means quite simply, everything I do for other people will come back to me tenfold. If I help other people in my business organization, then that will come back to me tenfold, as Zig Ziglar has said on the screen there. And we and our business partners want to work with you to help you understand the technology you have in place today, whether that's ACPAC or Mass or Timberline or Outlook, or you're using spreadsheets or whatever it is, and maybe add some process and methodology to help you improve your interactions and communications internally and outside your organization. So real quickly, why are we doing this? Why are we going backwards and just talking about something as basic as communications? Well, it's simple. We all have a common role. Whether I'm the CEO of Microsoft or Sage or IBM or any of these large organizations, or whether I'm a bookkeeper at a 5-person shoe store, fact of the matter is that we have a common role. And that common role is account management. We all need to interact with internal employees, customers and prospects, partners, our board of directors. We're interacting with each other. So occasionally we need to look people up. We need to set appointments with those people. We need to track the communications that we've had with those folks, whether it's selling, marketing, whether it's giving customer service, whether it's doing AR collection calls, whether it's dealing with our vendors from a payables perspective. We are all account managers. And I think that gets lost a lot of times, but it is a common role. Anyone that's listening to this has this common role of an account manager. So what is it that all account managers do? What does that common role have for us? And that's tasks. It's communications, it's interactions, it's meetings, it's phone calls, it's faxes, it's emails, it's text chats, it's web forms. It's all about interacting and improving that communication that we have internally and externally. If we can improve, if we can do more interactions in the same amount of time, more efficiently, then we all win. The bottom line. But how do we do that? How do we do that today? We are inundated with hundreds. Some people do hundreds and hundreds of emails and phone calls and all of this stuff. There's just not enough time in the day. And that's the first step that we need to understand, is that, you know what? I can't complete everything in the day, but I need to prioritize the stuff I do get done in my 8, 9, or 10-hour day. So I can get home to my kids. So I can get home and golf. So I can get home and live life, not spend all of it revolving around work. So what is one of the problems we deal with? Well, the problem is, in most small businesses, is disparate systems. Finance has their system. Operations has their system. Sales has their system. Marketing has their separate system. We're all using different softwares. We're all using different tools to manage our day-to-day. In a strange way, each individual department is also being selfish, because without that interdepartmental interaction, right, we don't do good business. So what do? We end up calling and emailing each other to find out information because we don't have access to it. And again, this is universal. So we've got a universal account management role. We've got a universal communication scenario. In other words, we all have to communicate to increase our business, and many of us are using these disparate systems. So I want you to imagine today a central interaction management solution that actually tracks the communications that you're having with partners, prospects, employees, external and internal people. Okay? That also allows you to share data and share information across financial, operational, marketing, sales, and customer service departments. So we're not having to call each other and waste each other's time to get to information we should have access to already. Okay? Integration to instant messaging, integration to social networking sites. A lot of us are using LinkedIn now. A lot of us are using Twitter and Facebook, and these are also communication methods that we are using. What about this interaction management solution that gives us the ability to centralize all of this information? Okay, so we've talked about a common rule. We've talked about building the baseline for our success, and that's improved communications because what? We just all have too many tasks in a day to complete. So how do I prioritize this information now? Well, I learned to better manage my time better. So in our upcoming free webcast series, we're going to give you tips and tricks on not only the central repository or interaction management solutions, we're going to talk to you about managing your time better and some processes that we think will help you tomorrow, the day after you see our webcast, and will help you manage your time better to make sure that you're handling the most important tasks in the day, because we can never get all tasks completed. So ask yourself a question now. How much time do you spend doing this redundant, I'll call it, stuff? How much time do you spend looking in your inbox for something, for anything, for an answer to a question, for a price list, for the most recent credit application, for the contract from your phone company, for a quote you sent to a customer? How much time do we spend wasted searching in our inbox, entering data into other systems, re-entering it into a spreadsheet, looking for manual file folders, paper folders, etc., etc., etc. You get the idea. So if you really think about it, we waste a lot of time. And when I say waste, I mean only because there are resolutions to these issues of not sharing data, of redundant data entry, of retyping emails over and over and over again. They exist, we just don't know about them. We do business the way we've always done business. We didn't expect the internet to take over the way it has and communications to explode, cell phones and BlackBerries. So therefore, are we prepared as human beings to handle 10 times as much information? I don't think we are. So let's use a primary example here. What do we use Outlook for? Well, we use it to remind us that we have a meeting in 15 minutes, and then what do? We snooze it. And then the reminder comes up in 5 minutes, and we still snooze it. And then it reminds us, hey, the meeting is right now, so you run down the hallway to the meeting room, or you pick up the phone and you dial into your meeting. We use Outlook not to be late. We do not use Outlook typically as a time management solution. Come to our free webcast series. We'll help you better understand how we can put a process in place to help you manage your time better and make sure you're prioritizing and setting yourself up to succeed with your Outlook solution. With your CRM solution, for example, with integration to Outlook, we've added something here into the Sage CRM or the Extended Enterprise Suite solution that we think helps our customers become more productive. Quite simply, in the lower left-hand corner, when I create a task or a meeting in CRM or in Outlook, I give it a grade. And I give it a duration of time that I expect it to be completed. And then I give it a post grade. Did I do well or did I not do so well? And then I make a little note about what went well in the meeting. Did we meet our objectives and what we can improve? We're doing a daily HR assessment on an individual level, and we're learning what we're really not so good at and what we can improve at. This is also time management. Do we really need 60 minutes to accomplish this meeting every Monday morning? No. If we get focused, if we set some objectives, we can probably do it in 45 minutes. Saving us 15 minutes to do something else more important. Another thing that we don't do in Outlook typically is we don't prioritize that stuff. We just slap it up there so we won't be late. Well, within a good CRM system or within an interaction management system, what you can do is once you've created these tasks in the system and you've graded them, well, I can review them in the morning. The report is already created. So I can see, in this case, in the very bottom, I've set myself up to fail. I've set myself 505 minutes worth of work in a 480-minute day. I need to move some of this stuff off. So I need to move the C's and the B's. I need to move some of those because my A's are my highest priority. I can sort my phone calls. I can sort things by priority. So if I'm doing AR collections or cold calling or marketing lead qualification calls, or I'm interviewing our customer base, whatever it is, I knock off the A's, I knock off the B's, I knock off the C's. This is what your outlook can look like. I do 100 emails a day, but I never have more than 15 or 20 emails in my inbox. I have to respond to these emails still. I have not responded to these emails yet. That's the only thing that remains in my inbox. I file it in our interaction management system in the Extended Enterprise Suite under the customer name. So if they call me and say, hey, I didn't get a response to this, I can always look it up under their name rather than searching through my sent folders. And if the email is giving me a task, let's say my boss sends me a report and says, hey, review this before our meeting at 3 o'clock. Well, I don't leave it in my inbox. I drop it into my interaction management solution. I create 20 minutes or 30 minutes on my calendar to review the report. And I give it an A priority because my boss asked me to do it in the meetings today at 3 o'clock. Okay? It didn't take me any additional time. It took me 5 seconds, but now I have set myself up to succeed, and I know that I don't miss an email. Email today is as important as phone calls. Those of you that are used to saying, if it's important enough, they will call me, that doesn't apply anymore. So we talked about the common role of account management. So how often are you answering the same questions in emails? Where's your price list? Hey, could you send me that brochure on this particular product? What's my margin? What did I buy last time, et cetera, et cetera? How often are you retyping those types of emails? Well, what if you used an interaction management system that allowed you to set up templates that were pre-designed as emails in your system? So all you do is right-click New Email, select the price list email, and you have a very detailed, beautifully looking email with the price list attached, and you send that off. In this particular case, it's a credit application request. Instead of just grabbing a credit application somewhere and saying, hey, fill this out, I've got a detailed instructional email on how to fill out the credit application appropriately without ever having to retype anything. What if, by pushing a button in my interaction management solution, it automatically created tasks for myself and other folks in the organization that showed up on our prioritization system? Okay? This is not about re-entering information into the system all the time, typing. People seem to think that interaction management and time management adds time. In the end, once you've adjusted to the change and the discipline of using a time management and interaction management solution, then it saves you time. I say it has saved me hundreds of hours a year by using these solutions. So another communication method is data sharing, right? How often are you picking up the phone to answer or ask these questions? Do they have enough credit? What was the order they placed last time? What's the discount we gave them last time? Can I just copy that order Do they have enough terms? Okay. How many quotes do they have in the system? Do they have quotes in the system? Have we approved that quote? Do we have inventory on stock? If we have inventory on stock, what do we charge our customer for that? Hey, did that product get returned yet? Hey, did that product get shipped yet? You get the idea. You're having to call other people or answer these questions for probably between 8 and 20 hours a month. To me, that, without an appropriate interaction management solution, is a waste of time. I should have access to this information. So communication and interaction management is also about sharing information with our entire organization. So we're working off this central interaction management solution. So I don't have to call finance to get these answers as a salesperson. So I don't have to pick up the phone as finance to answer them for sales because they have answers to these questions. And I free up 8 to 20 hours a month to do more selling or to do what I do in finance to do my job better. How many of you are working off an AR collection printed out report? Well, why not, when an invoice goes past due, have it already create a task for a follow-up call in an interaction management solution? Why not track your vendors and all of that information in this same interaction management solution? Right now, where is your contract with your phone company? And if you recognize that they're charging you 3.5 cents a minute for your 800 number, and you think it's supposed to be 2.5, how long is it going to take you to go find that contract, even if it's right behind your desk in your file folder? So how do we become more efficient? We manage our time better. We do daily self-assessments. We decide which processes need to be put into place, and we automate them if we can. We design email templates that reduce us from having to do redundant information. We reduce redundant data entry by using a central interaction management solution. Okay? And we commit to being in a team environment. We're in this together. As a small business, we've got 50 employees, 100 employees, 300 employees. We still interact with each other quite a bit. Let's make a commitment to using this interaction management solution. Think of others before yourself. The information that I maintain, the information that I have in talking with customers is vital to other people in the organization. I'm no longer going to be selfish. I'm going to share it. So when we combine communication, which we're being inundated with, when we add the time management component, the underlying interaction management repository, right? We use our Outlook better, we use our spreadsheets better. Maybe we add a CRM solution, or you use the CRM solution in your extended enterprise suite from ACPAC and MAS to accomplish this already. And we see increased revenues because salespeople have more time to sell. We see decreased administrative costs, or we're diverting labor costs to more proactive activities because I just freed up 8 to 20 hours a month for finance because they're not on the phone with sales. Increased revenue, decreased costs, better customer service. I'm not sure what more you could want, but you can learn about it on our free webcast series. We'd love to have you attend. Please attend. Again, these are free. It's a valuable hour of your time. You're going to learn something. You're going to take away something that you can apply the next day. For those of you that already have the Extended Enterprise Suite, for those of you that are already ACPAC customers, or for those of you that are curious about the entire Sage CRM solution, not just interaction management, which is the only component we've talked about today, all of these features exist in it. We haven't touched on any of these. We don't want to touch on any of these. The fact of the matter is, interaction management, handling better communications, reducing redundant work, giving people access to data sharing is the single most important thing we can help you do in your organization. It will make your organization and your people better, and we would love to do it. That's what we do at Sage. We love to help our business partners and our customers. So please contact your business partner about this webcast series, this free webcast series. Your partners should also be offering a free productivity and time management assessment. If they are not, here's my contact information. I will be glad to do it for you. Thank you for your time this afternoon and joining us. We look forward to seeing you on our free webcast series, and have a wonderful afternoon.